Hello my friends, and welcome to Plant-Based Eats on YouTube. I've got another Plant-Based Eats original recipe I want to share with you guys this evening. This has been a go-to meal for myself. I've been doing the raw food diet, and on occasion I find myself craving foods with a bit more texture, something that's closer to a cooked food rather than just the fruits and the vegetables that I'm consuming on a daily basis, making up the majority of my diet. And I've come up with a really good recipe. This could be used for a transitional recipe, or even if you're not doing the raw food diet, you just want to eat healthy once in a while, give this one a try. I'm going to call this the Power Rice Bowl. So this is a very easy recipe to throw together. It just requires a little bit of prep work beforehand, and that is because we need to sprout the wild rice here. Now, wild rice, if you weren't familiar, actually isn't a rice, but it's an aquatic grass, and these are the seeds. And in order to get them to open up and soften, we need to soak them. And then what happens is called bloom, where the seeds open up and you can see the outer skin of the wild rice breaks open and exposes the soft white innards. That's when you know that you're ready to go. So to soak the wild rice, there's a few different ways of going about doing it. If you were to just add in some cold water and let it sit, there's a chance that it wouldn't actually go through the blooming process. It needs a bit of a jump start. So one way to go about it is to use something like a food processor and pulse the wild rice before you soak it, and that's going to score that outer skin of the seed, and it's going to allow that moisture to soak in. My favorite way to go about doing it is to first fill a quart-sized mason jar halfway with the wild rice. I'll then rinse it off and strain it, and then I'll fill it up to the top with some fresh distilled water. I'll then place the entire jar in my Excalibur food dehydrator and set the temperature for 105 and let it run overnight. When I wake up in the morning, all the rice will have bloomed, opened up, and it's good to go. So I'll give it another quick rinse, drain the water, and I'll throw this in the fridge. And quick shout out to Mimi Kirk. She's an author and a YouTuber. That's where I learned the technique of putting it into the food dehydrator, and I think that works wonderful. So I had this wild rice in the fridge, and I gave it one more rinse and strain before I'm going to use it in my dish here. And I'm going to now pour it into the bowl. And here's how I go about dressing up this dish. I first start with some organic flax oil. You could use an olive oil for this too, but the flax just goes great with the nutty, earthy flavor of the black wild rice. Now you want to add in some salt to taste. I'm using some pink Himalayan salt. It's probably about a half a teaspoon, and some pepper to taste, using some freshly cracked black pepper. That was more like a teaspoon, and I'll give this a quick mix. Now I'm going to add in about a cup of chopped tomato. This was 2 medium-sized tomatoes, a half of an avocado cubed, and because I like spicy, I'm going to throw in a couple jalapeno peppers here that I sliced up. I find that a milder jalapeno or a serrano pepper works really good. If you don't like spicy, go ahead and forego that ingredient. And now I'm going to add in some chopped walnuts, about a 1/4 cup, and we'll stir this all together once again. I do recommend before diving into this to let it sit for about 10 minutes. Let all those ingredients marry together, marinate a bit, and it also softens that rice even just a little bit more. And as a side dish, I love having a bit of sauerkraut with this, just on the side. So I'll take a few bites of this, have myself a little bit of sauerkraut. Oh, it goes together so well. So not only is this dish absolutely delicious, and I dare you guys to give it a try. Go out there, get the ingredients, get back to me, let me know what you thought. But it's loaded with nutrition. For one, it's relatively high in protein. It's twice that of brown rice. So for every 1/4 cup of dried black rice, it's 7 grams of protein, which means this dish here with all the ingredients is over 20 grams of protein. Not just any protein, but complete profile, because it carries all 9 essential amino acids that we need. So you really can't beat it. Now besides that, it's also high in polyphenols. That dark color of the rice is just like the darker colored fruits. It gives you those polyphenols, and it's just loaded with antioxidants, which is great for the body, great for warding off disease, and it's high in minerals. Actually, this product, let me grab it here, it reads on the back, our wild rice is the same rice Native Americans have harvested for thousands of years. Ours is grown in the mineral-rich soils of California, where it's taking advantage of long warm summers and water from the high Sierras. So high in minerals as well. And of course we've got all the other nutrition with the other ingredients in here. We've got the freshness of the tomato, the lycopene in there. We've got the capsaicin in the hot peppers. We've got the essential fats coming from the avocado, from the flax oil, from the walnuts. All in all, this is a rounded dish. It'll satiate you, make you feel great. So until next time, stay plant-based, keep on the pathness of strength, vitality, and awesome health. I'll be talking to you guys again real soon. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.